we move on to the A race in the Super Mini Ultimate. So, I'm gonna not look at my laptop this time because it's telling me lies. Let's look at the grid that producer James has put on screen. In James we trust. Kyle Ride will start this one from first. Richard Cooper alongside. Then on row 2, it'll be Dane Blackburn and Ty Kinton. Row 3 will be Joe Dickinson and Chris Weston. Gaz Roberts will start 7th. And then the owner of a transponder will be starting in 8th. 9th place will be Storm Stacey with Peter Ward rounding out the top 10. Kia Armstrong will start this one from 11th. Oliver Jackson will round out the 6th row of the grid, and then it'll be Ross Humphreys and Charlie Hearns in 13th and 14th respectively. William Lawrence will start from 15th on the grid with Michael Farada starting alongside in 16th. Scott Larkin starts 17th with Mikey Shuker 18th. The owner of a transponder starts 19th with Chloe Jones rounding out
Mikey Shuker.
The top 20. Indeed. Rob Collier will start 21st. 22nd will be Chris Cheshire. Nathan Flanagan will start 23rd with Aaron Parker 24th on the grid.
Yes,
and that is that for this one.
Front of the grid for you once again. Kyle Ride, first place. Richard Cooper, second. Dane Blackburn, third. Ty Kinton starts 4th. Joe Dixon, 5th. And Chris Weston, 6th. Those are the front 3 rows. You'll see now on the right-hand side of your screen is where Kyle Ride will line up. On the left, the second place man, Richard Cooper has arrived on the grid. He is all black. Although behind him is another almost all black rider with green. That would be Ty Kinton. Pole position man has arrived now. It's a red bike with black and white helmet for Kyle Ride. And in behind him, the red bike with the helmet with a bit of red on, which is Dane Blackburn. So, Ride, Cooper, Blackburn, Kinton. The orangey blue rider in 6th place is Chris Weston, okay, for him, and in the white suit, Joe Dickinson.
Here we are then, we're ready and away we go. Superminis Ultimate, good start there by Kyle Ride as he leads them through 1 and 2 and up the hill. I believe Ride has been able to hold on to it, and Richie Cooper as well looks to have held on to his front row position as well. As they work their way through Christmas Corner. It's all clean through there, I'm happy to say.
Great start, I think, from Joe Dixon in that white suit that I mentioned towards the end there. He seems to have made his way up to 3rd place from 3rd row on the grid. Into the boot, come on leaders, and pleased to report that all riders have navigated the first lap successfully up into the boot, as through our shot and onto the back straight comes our race leaders. Through from the first lap, our leader, Kyle Ride, Richard Cooper with him. Joe Dickinson indeed makes it up to 3rd place. Dane Blackburn in 4th. Chris Weston is 5th, and Ty Kinton has dropped down to 6th. Up to Christmas Corner they'll go, still tight at the front. No overtaking manoeuvres to report, but they come now down to Inkermans and enter into the Zulus. Almost single file from these top 6 or 7 at the front of the pack. They come into the boot now. I think they're just getting the feel for the track, seeing where the grip is, and understanding where to pick their battles. Out onto the straight. That's 2 laps completed, and Kyle Ride holds the lead. Transponder issue for Richard Cooper, who is still there. 3rd place, Joe Dickinson, Dane Blackburn, and Chris Weston follow him. Although, cheeky look up the inside, Joe Dickinson there looks for Richard Cooper. But doesn't make an overtaking manoeuvre stick. Come down through Inkermans and Zulu now. Still in change position. The top 6 appear to have broken away from the rest of the pack. 7th place man Gaz Roberts trying to keep with them, but there is a bit of a gap now. Our top 6 riders coming back through the boot. Again, transponder issue for Richard Cooper,
It is,
who is in second place.
He's not in second place, and amongst this confusion, he leads it. He leads it, Jacob, on the road, the 47, the red and white bike, and then it's car ride. There's a rider down. 2 riders down. Incident here in the final corner. And both riders seem to be fundamentally okay. It's the 14, which would be Nathan Flanagan, based purely on timing. That means it's likely to either be Oliver Jackson or Scott Larkin, who he's been involved with an incident there. But both riders look to be fine and trying to get away again.
Through come our leaders onto another lap. Top 3 now have a bit of a gap to 4th, 5th and 6th.
The red and white bike.
Joe
It's car ride.
Dickinson.
There's a rider down.
Take Rich Cooper.
2 riders down.
Have him flashing everywhere as a replay comes up on screen.
Yep, the replay there.
We weren't expecting that today.
Good work from James there. We were told that replays were causing problems, but there we go. Got to see that again. Didn't see what led to it though. Only saw the aftermath. As we're looking now at who's this? This is Ty Kinton and Gaz Roberts there. Actually, maybe Chris Weston has got past. Richard Cooper leads this then. Carl Ride second. Joe Dickinson third.
Sorry, Kyle Ride is first to Richard Cooper. Maintain that Richard Cooper's transponder is causing us problems, but Kyle Ride is out in front.
I thought Richard Cooper was on the 47, which I believe is in front of the 77.
Oh no,
Could be wrong.
you have got me wrong there.
Okay,
It's
fair enough.
It is Richard Cooper.
To be fair, it is difficult. He does keep bouncing around
They
the
both have
timings.
black suits.
So, we stress provisional analysis is that Richard Cooper leads this one. Car ride right on his tail with Joe Dickinson alongside, and then Dane Blackburn and Ty Kinton are there ready to pick up the spoils. So it's a really good 5-bike battle. Well, actually, exchange here, because look at this. This is Kinton and Roberts battling over 4th place, as there's a rider stationary there. Oh, and it was that stationary rider. Let's check who that was as they came round. Well, I thought that might have been from quite high up, actually. And indeed, I asked the question, this time legitimately, where is Richard Cooper?
Yes, he seems to have stopped.
I think he may have been that bike that we saw having dramas up at Inkerman's, and I think that means that Carl Ride is now at the head of the field. But is he? Because he looks to be under challenge there. I think Dickinson's challenged him.
No, you're looking at the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th now.
Yep.
Through
Fair
Zulu
point.
comes our race leader.
Fair point, well
who
made.
Is now Kyle Ride. Joe Dickinson isn't far behind him. 3rd, 4th and 5th still hotly contested between Blackburn, Kinton and Weston.
And it was Kinton getting past Blackburn. That's what I saw at the top of the hill. Apologies for that. And there you can see it on screen. Kinton on the red bike, the number 56. Then it's Dane Blackburn and then Chris Weston. And it will be confirmed indeed as they come across the timing. So Carl Ride, Joe Dickinson, Ty Kinton, Dane Blackburn and Chris Weston. Gaz Roberts is a further 4 seconds down the road from them. 2 laps remaining of this one.
Yes, and although Dickinson had a look at Kyle Ride earlier, Kyle Ride has now a few bike lengths between himself and Joe. Not sure if Joe's going to be able to make as much of an impact in these last few laps.
We're looking at a superb battle, sorry Jacob, over 8th place here. Storm Stacey and Charlie Hearns. Hearns in that bright green get-up. So this is a nose-to-tail battle in the lower part of the top 10. Meanwhile, Kyle Ride begins his final lap.
Heads up to Christmas corner. Dickinson still in tow, but not close enough to make an overtaking manoeuvre on this lap, I don't think, Howard.
No, I think it's certainly rides to lose. Look at this, though. This string of bikes, fantastic stuff. As they all fan out again, heading towards Christmas. And it is Pete Ward leading, as Pete Ward, Storm Stacey, Charlie Hearns, Oliver Jackson, and Rob Collier, I think, is in amongst this as well.
And yeah, last lap board has now gone.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so
This race hasn't finished. There was no checkered flag,
Good.
as you can see on screen. So we are on the last lap now. Ignore those checkered boxes appearing to the left of your screen.
Yeah, fear not. The riders aren't confused. It's just us. So here is your leader, Carl Ryde. Dramas for Richard Cooper mean that he is going to take the win. Having started from pole then, he comes round the final part of the lap. And Carl Ryde is not going to take the checkered flag on this occasion.
Still not on the last lap.
Now we're on the last.
Not quite sure what's going on here. The last lap board has now been shown. I can see that.
Okay, so we're definitely on the last lap. Though we said that last time. I even built it up.
We have now seen a board to confirm it for the last lap. Perhaps there's been a change of plan in terms of they'll keep this race length the same.
Battles are plenty though going on throughout the field.
We've just been delivered some water.
Oh, and we've got riders down at Christmas. Thank you to the team for keeping us hydrated, because it is rather warm here. And we've got riders down in the final corner as well. Dramas at the end of this one.
Richard Cooper now popping up as the race winner.
Yeah.
We believe he stops, and Kyle Ryde has won this one. Closely followed by Joe Dickinson, Ty Kinton in third place, Dane Blackburn fourth, and Chris West fifth.
Yeah. The rider make sure they cross the line just to be registered, and then will wheel themselves back. Okay. Hearing that we are going to see a replay of what happened with the incident towards the end there. Oh, dearie me. That was interesting. That looked like the bikes had got a bit entangled. Was that the one we've just seen, or was that earlier in the race? Because that was the 14 again. So I think that's the second time we've seen the 14 off there. So drama aplenty at the end of that one. But our understanding is that Carl Ryde has taken that one. We have to stress a lot of problems that we're hearing with timing and transponders, so everything we're saying is highly provisional. Incidentally, whilst we're on that subject, I'll give a shout out to check the official results afterwards. Make sure that you head over to results.alphatiming.co.uk, click on British Mini Bikes, and that's where you can see all of the results. Be sure you select 2018 at the top to get this year's results. There's actually quite a nice breeze for those who are out and about. I think it's a lovely time to be out there watching. Not sure about being in here. Anyway, let's give you the grid for the A race, which will see Kyle Ryde on pole with Richard Cooper alongside him on the front row of the grid. Dane Blackburn starts third with Ty Kinton alongside. Joe Dickinson will start this race from fifth with Chris Weston rounding out the third row of the grid. Gaz Roberts will start from seventh with an unknown mystery owner of a transponder starting in 8th. Storm Stacey starts 9th for this last race in the South Coast Honda Superminis Ultimate class for today. Pete Ward will round out the top 10. Keir Armstrong will start 11th on the grid with Oliver Jackson alongside in 12th. Ross Humphries starts this one from 13th with Charlie Hearns in 14th. William Lawrence Wardle starts this race from 15th with Michael Farrader in 16th. Scott Larkin will start this one from 17th with Mikey Schuker in 18th. 19th is another mysterious transponder owner with Chloe Jones rounding out the top 20. And then we Rob Collier in 21st, Chris Cheshire in 22nd, Nathan Flanagan in 23rd, and Aaron Parker to round out the 24 bike grid. Well, this is the same class as we've just seen, Jacob, so if the last race was anything to go by, this is going to be good.
Yeah, solid race from a lot of them earlier, and yeah, I expect to see more of the same here. Front row of the grid is yet to turn up. Not quite sure where they've got themselves to.
It's not fashionable to turn up on time.
No, we're currently looking at Ty Kinton and Dane Blackburn on the grid, although I think they're the wrong way round. Because the left-hand side is where we've got Ty Kinton, who's supposed to be 4th place. Indeed. Yeah, Richard Cooper, second place, is lined up, which was traditionally pole position. They've got the grid the wrong way round.
There's a gesture
Yeah.
from Carl Ride to that effect on the front row of the grid.
Looks like they're going round again.
They're going to go around again.
Because
It's a
they've
good
got the
spot,
grid
Jacob.
wrong.
Very good spot.
You have to do better than that to get past me, Howard.
Absolutely.
How have they managed to do
We've,
that?
we've dealt with more than this today. We can spot this. So the riders who are aged between 9 and 15 years of age
We are
go around
up
one
to
more time.
Our 17th race of the day, and this they've somehow now decided to mess up the grids. Wow.
To be fair, you know, there has sometimes been a discussion about this because pole's on the left because the first corner's the left. The racing line takes you over the right-hand side, and you get to the classic "where's the rubber been laid down" debate.
Yeah.
You do definitely see fairly even starts from either side of the grid in a lot of racing here at Whilton Mill. So it's not a mad thought, I suppose, but I think we should stick with convention. We've already changed the layout and you know
The corner names.
the corner names today. Well, that might just be us. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
they've been changed for the last few weeks.
Hang on, no, they've done the same thing.
They have.
They've done exactly the same
Okay,
thing.
so maybe we're wrong about something here. I don't know.
What, us and the other 16 races. What?
I don't know.
I'm baffled. Truly baffled. On your right-hand side is Richard Cooper, who's in second place. On your left-hand side is Kyle Ride, who I thought was pole position.
Not as we're looking. As you're looking at it now on screen, Carl
Yes.
Ride is on the right,
It's right. Confusion.
with Richard Cooper on the left.
How on earth have we got to this?
So, on that note, the officials look happy enough to give this one a start.
There's some gesturing going on.
There is some
from,
gesturing going on.
Richard Cooper.
Either way, the back of the grid flag goes up, the green flag goes up, and we're away for the last Super Mini Ultimates race. It's a decent start from the front two, and Carl Ride is challenging Richard Cooper immediately, heading up the hill. He wants this back, and he's done it around the outside. My goodness me, he wanted that badly, didn't he? So Carl Ride at the front of this one immediately. Richard Cooper is in second. I think Dane Blackburn has managed to hold on to third place.
He is indeed, and Ty Kinton has come through in fourth.
Yep.
After initially losing a place, he's gained it back through the Zulus.
Yep, good start there. So, and a clean start again. Fantastic stuff as they weave their way, the string of bikes through the boot and on to start-finish straight. Carl Ride then leads them across the line. Richard Cooper, once again having transponder issues by the look of the timing tower at the side of the screen, but he is in second. Dane Blackburn is third, Ty Kinton fourth, Joe Dickinson fifth, with Chris Weston in sixth, and Peter Ward, Gaz Roberts, Charlie Hearens and Storm Stacey rounding out the top 10.
Ty Kinton makes a move for third place into Inkermans and makes it stick.
Nice stuff.
Leads third place down into Zulus.
Yep, really nice stuff there. Ty Kinton on the move.
Ride and Cooper still out in front, but Kinton now follows them through the boot. We have Dane Blackburn in fourth as they come across the start-finish line. We have Ride and Cooper out in front. And challenge for the lead up into Christmas, up the inside. And yes, it's change for the lead into Christmas corner. Although coming back into Inkermans, there's a fight back. I can't quite separate the two of them at the minute. They're too far away from my eyesight.
Carl Ride's come back at them.
That is indeed Cooper in front. Kyle Ride in second now. Kinton very close behind in third.
I think that might be the other way, mate. That's definitely the 77 there.
Ah, sorry,
the 47.
I've only seen the 7. My eyesight's terrible. I need to get Sabres.
So, do you know what? I've just realized, I think I may have said these riders are between 9 and 15 years of age. They're not. Because I'm looking at this is the Super Mini Ultimates. They're 14 plus. I should know
Another
that.
challenge for the lead up to Christmas, but no change so far.
I know Richard Cooper's older than that. So they work their way through the three bikes battling over the lead here. This is fantastic stuff. Dane Blackburn is no, Tom's sorting itself out again in front of me here.
Ty Kinton will reappear in third.
Yes, he will.
But yeah, still in the lead. Kyle Ride, number 77. 47 follows him through. Richard Cooper and Ty Kinton is in third. It's very close between these three now.
Yeah, nose to tail through Oblivion, round the crook, and then up the hill. Cooper's got a good run on Kyle Ride here. This is going to be the opportunity for Cooper. Goes to the inside, and he's got it done. Is Kyle Ride going to have any response into Inkerman's? Cooper's wise to it, takes a tighter line, and Ride will get better. Right, he's got good drive off the corner. Brilliant stuff before the Zulus. Now, I think Cooper will have made the calculation that it's such a short run after Inkerman's that he can deal with Ride having a better cut-back line out of the corner, but it didn't pay off there. Ride managed to get the drop done before the Zulus around the outside. Fantastic battling here at the head of this field, and Ty Kinton is still right with them, with Chris Weston and Pete Ward battling behind them.
There's going to be more up into Christmas, Howard. Yeah, up the inside. Makes the move stick.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in Inkerman's.
This time, will it be the same as last lap? Ride does get the drive off the corner, but it's not good enough that time. They're so close at the moment, and look out for Ty Kinton. He's going to try and capitalise on this. Kyle Ride has a look over his shoulder, and well he might. The pressure's immense for these riders at the moment, but at the moment it's Richard Cooper. Kyle Ride maybe slightly better drive off the second part of the boot, but it's not going to help him out enough there, and it's as you were across the line.
Cooper with the red bike leads out of Oblivion up towards Christmas corner. Kyle Ride in second place. Ty Kinton a little bit back now in third. No challenge into Christmas corner for a change this lap. Coming down to Inkerman's, we have got 2 laps left.
Yeah, Dane Blackburn and Joe Dickinson having a great battle over fourth behind these three, you can see there. But all eyes at the moment on the battle for the lead. Kyle Ride chasing Richard Cooper. He's got a good run out onto the back straight, but it's not enough. You can see fantastic battle going on throughout the top 10.
Here comes the last lap board.
Indeed. On to the last lap then. Richard Cooper leads them, but can he hold on? Because Kyle Ride is all over the back of him. They've dropped Ty Kinton somewhat now, so now it's more or less a question between the top two. Here they are in Christmas corner. Can Kyle Ride do anything to challenge Richard Cooper here? Richard Cooper takes a shallower line into Inkerman's, but that hasn't always paid off for him. Kyle Ride will get better drive off the corner, but it doesn't help him. Through the Zulus they go, and heading towards the boot.
I think that's a done deal. He's not made a move into the boot unless he can get a better run out of these 3 right-handers.
He's going to get a better run, though. He's going to give it everything he's got, but I think Richard Cooper's going to hold on. Indeed, he is. Richard Cooper takes the win with Kyle Ride immediately behind. Fantastic stuff there from Richard Cooper and Kyle Ride. Ty Kinton will finish third. Dane Blackburn takes the bragging rights out of the battle with Joe Dickinson. Pete Ward 6th. Chris Weston 7th. 8th is Gaz Roberts. Charlie Hearens finishes 9th. Oliver Jackson 10th. And it's William Lawrence Wardle, Ross Humphreys, Scott Larkin, Storm Stacey. Chloe Jones finishes 15th. Keir Armstrong, has just been pipped to the post by Nathan Flanagan actually for 16th. Then is one of our mysterious Stig riders. Then it's Mikey Schuker in 19th. And now timing's actually taken Mikey Schuker up to 16th, followed by Nathan Flanagan and Keir Armstrong. And then come some transponder errors. I'm going to assume those are all not actually... yes, because I think we were having some issues relating to that earlier on, where they literally knew other people in the race and registering as 2 numbers. So, there we go. What a race. What a brilliant way of finishing off the Super Mini Ultimates class for the day.
We're seeing something of the crescendo of the day's racing, Howard.
I think
it's
so.
getting better and better as we get further and further towards the end.
I think so. I think it's been a challenging day in some ways. We had a lot of delays. We've had a few incidents which we never like to see.